it appears that the crisis in the People's Democratic Party, PDP, is deepening the more. It's no secret that the 5 governors that are not happy or aggrieved in the party, including governors of Rivers, Oyo, Enugu, Abia, Benue, are not supporting Atiku Abubakar campaign organization. But it appears the governor of Benue State is not even taking things lightly at all. Governor Samuel Otom says anyone supporting Atiku Abubakar presidential candidate of the PDP is his enemy. Well, he was quoted to have said that on Sunday when he hosted his colleagues, Governor Yinson Wike and co in Makurdi, the capital of Benue State. Governor Otom was quoted to have said, quote, "To hell with," well, this is strong words anyway, "to hell with Atiku and any other Fulani man, and any man supporting Atiku and all that he's an enemy. I want these to be known. As long as I am governor, they should go and tell him, you want me to be a slave for a Fulani? Anybody supporting Atiku is an enemy of Benue," end of quote. Governor Otom had recently tackled Atiku Abubakar, who he accused of profiling the Fulani people living in Benue as bandits and terrorists. Well, let's get some official reactions on this matter, which the People's Democratic Party presidential campaign organization seem not to have taken lightly. It doesn't look like it's sitting down well with them. And tonight I'm being joined by the official spokesperson of the PDP PCC, Senator Dino Melaye. He joins me live here in our Abuja studio. Thank you so much, distinguished, for joining us tonight.
Yeah, good evening, Nigerians.
Are things falling apart for your party? 5 governors of your party have openly said they will not support. In Bauchi, there are leaders of the PDP that are saying they will not also support Atiku Abubakar. What has things gone wrong for the man who says, oh, I am the unifier? But that unification title seems not to have worked magic here. What is going on?
Anyway, I want to start by disagreeing completely with you that there is an outrageous crisis in the PDP. Yeah, there are disagreements. And I want to say that Atiku is a unifier. He remains a unifier. The statement by Governor Otom is quite unfortunate. And when I mean unfortunate, I mean very, very unfortunate. And before I speak on Governor Otom, I also want to disabuse your mind that it is very good we don't take... we don't inhale beer parlor talks about the governor of Bauchi or any disagreement between Atiku Abubakar and the governor of Bauchi State. It's not true. They were together this afternoon. They had a very good meeting this afternoon, and the pictures and photographs of the meeting is already everywhere in the social media.
I have the pictures.
And I'm telling you that if you allow me to just react to it, so that
yeah, so go ahead, please.
And I'm telling you that there is no cause for alarm. Governor of Bauchi State himself refuted all the unnecessary commentaries on social media, and some carried by Sahara reporters as fake news. So I will not belabor myself with those statements. But I want to say that...
So just before you move forward, so that those who are talking or those who are following the incident, they're not taken for a ride and they're not being fooled by whatever is happening. The issues are your issues in your party, and for Nigerians who are watching and trying to make a decision of the next president cannot be taken for a ride. The governor of Sokoto State and the DG of your presidential campaign organization and the chairman of your party were in Bauchi State over the weekend. And the governor of Bauchi is in Abuja today meeting with Mr. Atiku Abubakar. So were these meetings just for the basis of visitation or what?
Sheung, I know that you are a very smart, intelligent broadcaster, but I don't think you have the celestial powers of reading people's mind. The governor of Bauchi is a member of the Presidential Campaign Council, and the same governor of Sokoto State has been in 3 states in the last close to 1 week. Doesn't mean there are crises in all the states he went to. So the truth of the matter is what I told you and what the governor of Bauchi himself confirmed today, that we should stop listening to liars and people who just want to disparage the party and create confusion where there is none. And I've told you that we are one family. You know, the meeting that I held today is not just at the instance of one governor. You can see that members of the PCC and some selected leaders of the party were there. But coming back to the issue of the statement by Governor Tom, to start with, Governor Tom is a Christian. And the commission, the Great Commission by the Almighty God and the Bible is that go ye and preach the gospel to all nations, baptizing them, and even, he said, even to the utmost part of the world. So the responsibility of every Christian is to depopulate hell and not to populate it. So it is unfortunate, it is ungodly, it is not celestial for any child of God, a Christian or Muslim, to be praying or heralding people to hell. So it is a very unfortunate statement from Governor Otom. Secondly, the same Governor Otom also accused Atiku Abubakar that he has not been to Benue State to commiserate with them over the flood, you know. But I think that one, I would just say that it is deliberate, what I call deliberate amnesia, because Atiku Abubakar was in Benue to pay, he paid official visits to the governor of Benue in February this year. And that visit took him to the IDP camp, where he did not only commiserate with the people and government of Benue State, he contributed a whopping 50 million naira to the government and people of Benue State, which Otom, as governor, appreciated at that time. So that is not correct. Thirdly, the governor also made a statement where he appropriated the Fulani attack on the people of Benue on Atiku. That is the most ridiculous thing, because for me that was myopic, that's porous, that's parochial, that's intellectually stagnant, because you cannot arrest a kidnapper, maybe of thief extraction in Abuja, and say because he's a thief man or because he's an Idoma, then you lay the blame on the governor of Benue State because he's the political head and governor of Benue State. So I cannot just oppose, I mean, asking Atiku to take Panadol for another person's headache. So to me, that is ridiculous, because going back memory lane, Shagari's government produced 4 Benue indigenes as ministers. Show Shagari government. We had Paul Unogo, we had Isaac, we had Elizabeth Ivase, we had Auduogbe. 4 Benue indigenes in Shagari's government. Again, the late Yaradua's government also produced Andoka as Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice. Both Shagari and Yaradua are Fulani people. They are of Fulani extractions. But they promoted the indigenes of Benue in their government. Again, the governor may not know. We have Fulani Christians. We have Fulanis who are bishops today. We have Fulanis who are priests, evangelists, and pastors today. So to completely criminalize a section of the country because of the misbehavior of some, I don't think it is okay. The governor of Benue State was not fair at all to Atiku Abubakar. He was not fair at all to Atiku Abubakar.
Let me ask
and
you,
before,
Mr. Melaye,
if you allow me to just wrap up this thought. You see, basically, for you to come out and attack Atiku in the manner you have done, completely asking that you criminalize a whole section of a country. I think Governor Tom, in good conscience, needs, because it's an ungodly attitude. Governor Tom will need to go and apologize to God and apologize to Atiku Abubakar, because Atiku Abubakar is known as a pan-Nigerian. Atiku Abubakar, not even witches and wizards in Nigeria, will accuse Atiku Abubakar of religious bigotry or ethnic jingoism, because everyone knows him to be a friend of all, irrespective of ethnicity or religion. And this problem that Otom is talking about is not going to be solved by accusation and blame, because everything he has done so far have not reduced in any manner the killings in Benue.
All right, just in a moment, let me allow you to listen to these very sound bites from Governor Otom from that particular event. But The question that I would like you to also consider is that you've been talking about Governor Autumn. This is not the first time he's accusing and attacking Mr. Atiku Abubakar. Beyond any political fight that we see in the public, there are the undercurrent. What do you think? And I'd like you to be truthful to my viewers tonight, because I mean, it's not a very popular thing for politicians to say exactly the way it is. But tell us tonight.
I beg your pardon.
No.
I beg your pardon.
Mr. Melaye, can you tell us tonight what could be the undercurrent?
I will not lie for any reason.
No, that's why I'm asking you that you should speak truth to Nigerians tonight and tell them what exactly is the undercurrent. What is going on beyond what we are seeing on the surface?
Let me tell you that I can tell you plainly that a bitter heart gives no charity. The issue is beyond, okay, for example, all the 5 governors said their problem is Ayu, that Ayu should resign. That is what they have portrayed as their basic problem.
So Governor Autumn's problem is different from the rest?
I'm coming. You know, they said Ayu should leave. That is their problem. Then one of them now have come out to say, I will not support Atiku. I will not support Atiku. In fact, anybody supporting Atiku is an enemy. That's what Autumn said. So you now know that the problem now, that the import of that statement is that even if today Ayu leaves, Autumn will not still support Atiku. That is the import of that statement.
So you think that Atiku Abubakar was right not to have supported Ayu leaving?
What is the role of Atiku Abubakar in Ayu leaving or not? To start with, my brother, these governors brought Ayu without Atiku's consent or approval. Ayu is a creation of the governors. Governor Wike is responsible per se for the coming of Ayu, while Governor Tom was the guarantor. Ayu is their product. That's why there was no contention. That's why Ayu was a sole candidate. That's why there was no competition. There was no body that contested. By the time Ayu was coming, were they thinking Ayu is from Abia or Ayu is from Enugu State or from Ogbomoso? They knew Ayu is from another part of the country. So I would not want anybody to hinge their complaint because Ayu is not Atiku's son. That he will say, go and sit down. So for you to now ask Atiku to take Panadol for another person's headache shows an insincerity of purpose, of heart and commitment. Yeah, but above all, I want to tell you that by the grace of God, at the end of the day, we may not get everybody together. We cannot even get everybody together. But I want to tell you, even some of these governors are still going to work for their party. If you see in Benue yesterday, when the rally was going on, in Benue yesterday, you saw Gabriel Suswan, the immediate past governor of Benue State, before Governor Wike and the other governors, before Autumn, he made it categorical that they are going to support Atiku, they are going to support the party from head to toe. And you saw also Senator Abamoro, who is representing Zone C of Benue State, also said it clearly that Ayu is their son and they will not disgrace him.
Let me ask you, Senator.
Even one of the governors yesterday, one of the governor of Abia, when he was talking in Makurdi yesterday, he also made it clear that they should support APC from top to bottom. He did not segregate. So I'm telling you that it's a domestic. They should support PDP from top to bottom.
Let me ask
meaning
you,
that he is ready to work for the party.
Senator, you've mentioned Panadol and headache a few times. I don't know if are you an investor in that company?
Because
that's a joke. But the question is that there is a major headache. On a normal day, your party will jostle for votes in any state.
Yeah.
Now, there are 5 states that are not sure for your party, even with the fact that you have sitting PDP governors. And the governors have said they will not support the presidential campaign of Atiku Abubakar. This state may not go in the way of the PDP. May. I mean, that's the fact. Is your candidate in trouble in this state?
I want to say that it would be very fallacious for you to think that because a governor is not with a candidate, he will lose the state. I think you are still casting your mind back to the days where people sit down and write results for states. We are not in that era any longer. With the advent of beavers and electronic transmission of results, no governor is, I mean, in Rivers State, for example, Governor Wike is not the custodian, or he is not to appropriate the votes of Rivers.
So without Wike,
this time around,
without Wike,
I'm coming.
He's going to win.
I'm coming.
Is that what you're saying?
I'm coming. Allow me to say what I want to say. You know, if you now go to election as it is now with the present electoral reform, the grassroots matters, the electorate matters, the youth, the women matters, and that is why Atiku is speaking directly to the conscience of electorates. I'm not saying that leaders are not relevant. I'm not saying that governors are not relevant, but I'm saying that we are in a new era where Atiku is crusading, evangelizing directly himself and Okowa to the people directly. And I'm telling you that that mentality of thinking that a godfather somewhere or a regional champion somewhere will determine the way people will vote, or there's a warehouse where these votes are already kept and only one governor or leader have the key. That era is gone.
Let me ask you quickly, Senator. You mentioned about the fact that Governor Wike was, per se, those are your words, that he was the one who brought Mr.
He was
Ayu.
one of the champions.
Yeah, and you said that Governor Autumn was the guarantor. I mean, I was going to ask if there were evidence to maybe they were written or there were agreements in that.
What I'm saying is that
my question,
Ayu is from Benue.
If you may allow me to ask the question, the support that Ayu got was because they thought your party will zone the presidency to the south.
Let me tell you this, that it is not correct. Because
that's what the Governor Wike and the rest have said.
But I'm telling you that it is not correct. Because if that is the case, then a southerner, most of the southern, why did southern governors support a northern candidate? If it was sacrosanct that all the southern governors wanted to go to the south.
But is it fair for your party?
I'm coming. Why were some southern governors, understand? So why did some southern governors support a northern candidate? That answers your question.
But is it fair for your party that you have a northern candidate and you have a northern chairman of the party? This doesn't happen in your party.
Let me tell you this.
It goes the opposite direction.
It is not true. It's not happening for the first time. We had Nwodo, Obasanjo. We had Ogbulafo, Obasanjo. They were all from the same South. And let me tell you, you cannot use APC's clock to tell the time of PDP. You can't.
Is it the time of
because
PDP
our manifesto? Because our manifesto,
or the balancing in the nation.
The ticket that won that, the ticket
of
that
unity and balancing
the ticket
in the
that won that presidency is important. And no party, no individual will preach the issue of unity or protection of the northern or southern protectorates of this country to the PDP. Nobody can.
So your party does not care in the general picture of the politics of Nigeria. I'm just telling you that
you cannot preach that to us because we are very conscious of that.
Is your party in isolation of the general politics of the nation?
You can only begin to appropriate positions when you are in power. You cannot be talking of power when you are not. You cannot even be sharing power when you are not in power. You can only share power when you get to power. It will be idiotic. It will be stupid for you to start sharing power even before you get to power. You have to capture power first before you now start sharing it. So we as a party, we balance everything in this country. Atiku as a person is a very compassionate, considerate person. No part of this country will be ignored. No religion, no ethnicity will be ignored. Atiku already told Nigerians that he's going to have a government of national unity that will cure insecurity, that will cure this. The APC have told us that they are, in fact, Tinubu specifically said in 6 months into his government, the issue of insecurity will be over. And we are saying that they have about 7 months now to the end of their tenure. So let them borrow 6 out of this present 7 and cure the problem of insecurity. Because only Atiku will unify this country. Only Atiku will cure the problem of insecurity. Or Tom should also support Atiku so that Atiku will solve the problem of insecurity in Benue State and in every part of this country for that matter.
There will be a lot of hurdle for your party to to jump over, because for those who think that Labour Party will probably take most of your votes.
There's no cause for alarm, and I don't really. Labour Party is like Andrew Liver salt in water. Bubbles, and after some time, I mean, it's evaporating. It's temporal and evaporating.
So it's not a threat.
You are beginning to see it.
Peter Obi is not a threat to Atiku.
I laugh in local language.
Senator Dino Melaye, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I was asking you what the full form of Dino, but you were not able to tell me earlier. But thank you so much indeed. We'll talk about that after the program. Thank you so much, Senator Dino Melaye, official spokesperson of the PDP Presidential Campaign Organization. But that's our show for tonight, everyone. And thanks for watching. I'm Sean Kimbalwe. God bless Nigeria.